Last night, while you were sleeping, something very quiet may have been happening inside your body.
Not a heart attack. Not a stroke. Not anything dramatic enough to wake you up.
But something far more dangerous. Your body may have been slowly losing oxygen. Your spine may have been under stress for hours. Your brain may have been aging, while you thought you were resting. And here's the unsettling truth most people over 50 never hear. It's not how long you sleep that matters most anymore. It's how you sleep. If you're waking up with a stiff neck, sore hips, foggy thinking, or that heavy tired feeling that lingers all morning, it may not be just age. It may be the position your body is locked into for 6, 7, even 8 hours every single night. Here's the part that surprises almost everyone. Many of the most common sleeping positions, the ones that feel comfortable, familiar, even natural, can quietly increase the risk of poor circulation, breathing problems, chronic pain, memory decline, and loss of balance as we get older. And most people don't realize it until years later.
Think about it.
You wouldn't sit twisted in a chair for 8 hours straight. You wouldn't hold your breath for minutes at a time. You wouldn't bend your spine into the same strained position all night on purpose. Yet every night, millions of adults over 60 do exactly that, without knowing it, simply because of how they sleep. What's even more important to understand is this. After 50 or 60, your body doesn't bounce back the way it used to. Your lungs are less elastic. Your muscles recover more slowly. Your brain is far more sensitive to drops in oxygen. A sleeping position that barely affected you at 40 can quietly become harmful at 65. But there is good news. This is not about buying an expensive mattress. It's not about medication. And it's definitely not about sleeping longer.
It's about sleeping smarter.
In this video, I'm going to walk you through 4 sleeping positions that doctors now warn adults over 60 should avoid, and 4 safer alternatives that can help you breathe easier, reduce pain, protect your heart and brain, and wake up feeling clearer and more stable in the morning. Some of these may challenge what you've believed for years. And one small adjustment tonight could change how your body feels for the next decade.
So stay with me.
Because once you understand what your sleep position is really doing to your body, you may never go to bed the same way again. As we get older, sleep doesn't change all at once. It changes quietly.
You don't suddenly stop sleeping. You don't suddenly feel pain every night.
Instead, your body becomes less forgiving. After 50, and especially after 60, your lungs don't expand as easily as they once did. Your muscles lose elasticity. The small stabilizing muscles that protect your neck, spine, and hips weaken, even if you stay active. And your brain becomes far more sensitive to oxygen levels than most people realize. Here's why that matters. When you were younger, you could sleep in almost any position and wake up fine. Your body corrected itself. Your breathing adapted. Your spine recovered. But now, if a sleeping position slightly compresses your chest, twists your neck, or narrows your airway, your body can stay in that stressed position for hours, without waking you up. And during that time, oxygen levels can drop just enough to matter. Not enough to cause an emergency. But enough to strain your heart. Enough to fatigue your brain. Enough to leave you waking up tired, foggy, or sore, day after day. This is why many adults over 60 say things like, "I slept all night, but I feel exhausted.
My back hurts more in the morning than at night.
I'm not sick, but I just don't feel rested anymore." It's not weakness. And it's not something you're doing wrong. It's physiology. As we age, our airways collapse more easily when unsupported. Gravity affects circulation more strongly. And joints that were once flexible become sensitive to even small misalignments. One wrong angle at the neck can reduce blood flow to the brain. One compressed chest position can limit deep breathing. One twisted hip can inflame joints and nerves by morning. And here's something most people never consider. You don't move as much in deep sleep as you used to. So if you fall asleep in a harmful position, you're more likely to stay there longer, allowing pressure, strain, and oxygen restriction to build up hour after hour. That's why sleep positions that seem harmless, or even comfortable, can quietly become dangerous over time. The body doesn't send pain signals right away.
It whispers first. Through stiffness.
Through balance issues. Through slower thinking. Through that feeling of aging faster than you should.
The good news is this.
Once you understand how your body changes with age, you can work with it instead of against it. You don't need to fight your body at night. You just need to support it properly. And now, let's talk about the sleeping positions that may be doing the most harm, the ones many adults over 60 use every night without realizing the cost. Let's start with a position many people swear by, because it feels comforting, familiar, even protective. Sleeping on your stomach. For some, it's the only way they can fall asleep. Chest against the mattress. Head turned to the side.
Arms tucked underneath like a shield.
It can feel grounding.
Like the world can reach you.
But after 60, this position quietly puts your body under constant strain. When you sleep face down, your neck is twisted to one side for hours at a time. That twist restricts blood flow and irritates the nerves running from your neck into your shoulders and arms. Over time, this can lead to chronic neck pain, headaches, dizziness, and numbness or tingling in the hands when you wake up. And that's only part of the problem. Pressing your chest into the mattress limits how fully your lungs can expand. Your breathing becomes shallow, not enough to trigger an alarm, but enough to reduce oxygen delivery to the brain. For an older brain, even small drops in oxygen matter. They affect memory,
focus, balance,
and they quietly accelerate fatigue and mental fog. What feels like comfort is actually compression.
And night after night, your body pays the price.
Now let's talk about another position that feels safe, almost instinctive.
Curling up tightly on your side.
Knees pulled toward the chest. Arms tucked in close. The body folded inward like a cocoon. Many people sleep this way without thinking about it. Especially those who feel cold easily, anxious, or achy at night. But here's what happens inside your body. When you curl too tightly, your diaphragm becomes compressed. Your lungs can't fully expand. Breathing becomes shallow and rapid. And your spine stays locked in a rounded shape for hours. Over time, this trains your body to stay shortened.
Muscles tighten.
Posture collapses.
Balance weakens.
That tight curl that feels comforting at night can slowly contribute to stiffness, stooping, and instability during the day. It's not uncommon for people who sleep this way to say, "I feel hunched over when I walk."
Or, "I don't feel as steady as I used to."
The body adapts to the position it spends the most time in. And after 60, adaptation happens faster than recovery. Next is a position many people were taught was healthy. Sleeping flat on your back, completely flat, with little or no support. At first glance, it looks perfect.
Straight spine.
Even weight distribution. But for older adults, this position carries serious hidden risks. When you lie flat on your back, gravity causes the tongue and soft tissues in the throat to fall backward.
This narrows the airway.
Breathing becomes restricted. Snoring increases. And in many cases, breathing can briefly stop dozens of times per hour, without waking you up. This is one of the most common causes of undiagnosed sleep apnea in adults over 60. Each pause in breathing stresses the heart,
raises nighttime blood pressure,
and deprives the brain of oxygen. Over time, this increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, and memory decline. Flat back sleeping also worsens acid reflux. When the head and chest are level with the stomach, acid can easily creep upward, irritating the throat and disrupting sleep, sometimes without obvious heartburn. You may wake up hoarse, coughing, or exhausted without knowing why. And finally, there's one position many people turn to when bed sleep becomes uncomfortable. Sleeping in a recliner, on a couch, or half-sitting night after night. At first, it feels like a solution.
Less back pain.
Easier breathing.
No heartburn.
But this position creates a new set of problems. Sitting partially upright for hours restricts blood flow from the legs back to the heart.
Fluid begins to pool. Ankles swell.
Legs feel heavy and weak. The spine never fully relaxes. Core muscles disengage.
Balance slowly declines.
And because this position limits deep sleep cycles, the body never truly repairs itself. You may sleep for 8 hours, but your brain and muscles remain stuck in light rest. Over time, this can increase fatigue, weakness, and fall risk. What all these positions have in common is this. They feel comfortable in the moment. But they place the body under quiet stress for hours. And stress, repeated night after night, becomes damage. The good news is, there is a better way. You don't have to fight your body to sleep well. You just need to support it properly. And in the next part, I'll show you 4 sleeping positions that doctors and therapists now recommend for adults over 60. Positions that help you breathe easier, reduce pain, protect your heart and brain, and wake up feeling steadier and more clear-headed.
Now, take a breath for a moment.
If some of those positions sounded familiar, you're not alone. Most people didn't choose them because they're harmful. They chose them because they were comfortable, or because their body was simply trying to cope. And here's the most important thing to understand.
Nothing is wrong with you. Your body isn't broken.
It's just changing. The aches, the stiffness, the restless nights, they're signals, not failures. They're your body asking for better support.
And the good news is this.
You don't need a new mattress. You don't need medication. And you don't need to force yourself into unnatural positions. Small adjustments, the right pillow, the right angle, the right alignment, can completely change how your body responds at night. When your spine is supported instead of twisted. When your chest can open instead of being compressed. When your airway stays open instead of collapsing. Your body finally gets the message that it's safe to recover.
Muscles relax. Breathing deepens.
The brain gets the oxygen it needs to restore memory and clarity.
This is where sleep stops being something you get through.
And becomes something that actually gives back to you. In the next part, I'll walk you through 4 sleeping positions that many doctors and physical therapists now recommend for adults over 60. Simple, realistic positions you can try tonight.
No extreme changes. No complicated setups.
Just smarter sleep, designed for the body you have now. Let's start with one of the simplest changes you can make, and one of the most powerful. Sleeping on your side with a pillow gently placed between your knees. At first glance, it doesn't look like much.
Just a pillow. Just a small adjustment.
But for your spine, hips, and lower back, it can make an enormous difference. When you sleep on your side without support, your top leg tends to pull the pelvis forward, twisting the lower spine. That twist builds pressure in the hips and lower back over hours. Placing a pillow between your knees keeps the pelvis level. It allows the spine to rest in a natural, neutral position. Breathing becomes easier. Pressure on the joints eases. And many people notice they wake up with far less stiffness. This position is especially helpful if you deal with hip pain, lower back discomfort, or arthritis. For even greater benefit, many doctors recommend sleeping on your left side. This position supports better circulation and helps reduce acid reflux by keeping the stomach below the esophagus. Next is a position for those who prefer sleeping on their back, but need more support. Sleeping on your back with your head and knees gently elevated. This isn't about stacking pillows high. It's about creating the right angles. A slight elevation of the head and upper chest helps keep the airway open, reducing snoring and breathing interruptions. It also allows gravity to keep stomach acid where it belongs. Placing a small pillow under the knees relaxes the lower back and prevents the spine from arching unnaturally. For many older adults, this position can dramatically improve breathing, reduce nighttime reflux, and ease lower back pain. It's especially helpful if you wake up coughing, snoring, or feeling short of breath during the night. Now let's talk about a position that's often overlooked, but deeply restorative when done correctly. Sleeping on your back with your arms gently relaxed out to the sides, palms facing up. This is sometimes called the starfish position. Unlike lying stiff and rigid, this posture allows the shoulders to open and the chest to expand. The neck and upper spine experience less compression. Blood flow to the arms and hands improves.
Tension in the shoulders eases.
And many people notice fewer headaches or tingling sensations in the morning. The key is proper head support. Your pillow should keep your neck aligned with your spine, not pushed forward or tilted back. For people who carry tension in the upper body, this position can feel like a release. Finally, there is one position many specialists now consider the sweet spot for older adults. A gentle 45-degree side recline. Imagine lying slightly on your side, supported behind your back so you're not fully flat, not sitting, not curled, but comfortably angled. This position combines the benefits of side sleeping with gentle elevation.
It keeps the airway open, reduces acid reflux, supports the spine,
and minimizes pressure on the hips and shoulders. Using a firm pillow or wedge behind your back, one between your knees, and another under your head can create this setup easily at home. For people with reflux, sleep apnea symptoms, arthritis, or chronic back pain, this position can be life-changing.
Many notice deeper sleep, less pain, and clearer thinking within days.
What all of these positions have in common is this. They don't force your body into shape. They support it. They work with gravity, not against it. They allow your lungs to expand, your spine to rest, and your brain to receive the oxygen it needs to repair itself overnight. And when sleep becomes supportive instead of stressful, everything changes. Sleep is not just rest. Especially after 60, sleep becomes recovery. It's the one time each day when your body is meant to repair itself, not just muscles and joints, but your heart, your brain, and the systems that keep you steady, clear-minded, and independent.
The way you sleep sends a message to your body.
When you sleep twisted, compressed, or unsupported, your body stays on guard.
It holds tension. It limits breathing.
It delays healing. But when you sleep supported, aligned, elevated when needed, balanced, something powerful happens.
Your breathing deepens.
Your muscles finally let go. Your brain receives the oxygen it needs to restore memory and focus. And you wake up not just rested, but ready. The truth is, aging doesn't mean giving up comfort or control. It means being more intentional.
A pillow between the knees. A gentle incline. A small shift in position.
These may seem like minor details, but over months and years, they shape how you move, how you think, and how confidently you live your days.
Tonight, Dawn, just go to bed.
Create a space where your body feels supported, where it knows it can heal.
Because when you give your body the right kind of rest, it gives something invaluable back to you. Strength.
Clarity. And another morning to live fully. If this video helped you see sleep differently, take a moment to reflect. Which position will you try tonight? Share it in the comments. Your experience may help someone else take their first step toward better rest. And if you'd like more guidance on simple, practical ways to stay strong, balanced, and independent as you age, consider subscribing to the channel.
Sleep well.
Live well. And remember, your best years don't have to be behind you. They can begin with how you sleep tonight.